He almost reached out. Not once, more than once. There were multiple moments where your name was right there, on his screen, not hidden, not buried, right there. And for a second, he didn't overthink it. He didn't question it. He didn't analyze the past. He didn't think about the outcome. He just felt you. The same way you've been feeling him. That quiet pull, that sudden awareness, that feeling that doesn't ask for permission. It just arrives. And his first instinct in that moment was to close the distance. Not someday, not eventually. Right then, to move, to act, to reach. But then, that familiar hesitation kicked in. The pause. That internal shift you can't see, but you can feel. That voice that steps in and says, "Wait, not yet. Don't do it like this." And just like that, the moment passed. He stopped, put the phone down, tried to ground himself, tried to distract himself, tried to convince himself it wasn't necessary. But it didn't work, because once that impulse happens, once that feeling rises to the surface, it doesn't just disappear. It lingers, it echoes, it stays in the background, even when he tries to push it away. And the next time it comes back, it's stronger, less avoidable, more direct. That's where he is right now. Not disconnected, not confused, not unsure of what he feels. He's right on the edge of doing something about it. And that edge, it's getting thinner every day. Because what used to feel easy to ignore doesn't feel that way anymore. Before, he could suppress it. Before, he could rationalize it. Before, he could tell himself stories that made it easier to stay still. Before, he had enough distance to pretend this wasn't real, to pretend this was just a phase, a moment, something that would pass. But now it's different. Now it's showing up in the quiet, when there's no noise, when there's no distraction, when there's nothing pulling his attention away. That's when you come in, not as a thought he can control, not as a memory he can dismiss, but as something that just appears, fully present, fully felt. And it doesn't feel like the past. It feels current. It feels active, like something that never actually left. And that's what's unsettling him, because he's starting to realize this didn't end. It paused. And there's a difference, a real difference, because something that ends fades over time. It softens. It loses its intensity. It becomes easier to move on from. But something that pauses, something that was never fully resolved, it waits. It holds its place. It stays intact beneath the surface. And the moment it's triggered again, it comes back exactly as it was, sometimes even stronger. And that's what he's experiencing now. Not a memory, not nostalgia, but recognition. A feeling that this is still open, still unfinished, still alive. And once he felt that again, clearly, he couldn't unfeel it. He tried. He tried to go back to how it was before. He tried to return to that space of distance, of control, of pretending it didn't matter, but it doesn't fit anymore. Because now, he's aware. And awareness changes everything. Because once you're aware of something, you can't go back to not knowing it. You can't unknow the feeling. You can't unknow the connection. You can't unknow the truth of what this is. And that's why the urge to reach out isn't random. It's not impulsive, it's not coming from nowhere. It's building, layer by layer, moment by moment. Every time he thinks about you, every time something reminds him of you, every time he feels that pull out of nowhere. When he's doing something normal, and suddenly, there you are. Not logically, not intentionally, but energetically. That's when it hits him. And those moments are stacking, quietly, consistently, until eventually, not reaching out feels heavier than reaching out. That's the shift. That's the exact point he's moving into. Not that he suddenly changed overnight, not that everything became clear all at once, but that the balance is tipping, slowly, naturally, away from avoidance and toward action. And you're already sensing it, that subtle difference, that energetic shift, that feeling that something is closer than it was before, because it is. He's closer to reaching out now than he's ever been. Not because you did something, not because you forced anything, but because he can't stay where he was. Not anymore. That space of holding back, of waiting, of suppressing, it's collapsing. And when this moves, it's not going to feel forced. It's not going to feel random. It's going to feel obvious, like something that should have happened sooner, like something that was always going to happen, like the delay was never about if, it was about when he would stop fighting it. And right now, he's running out of reasons to hold back. The excuses don't land the same, the distractions don't work the same, the distance doesn't feel the same, because underneath all of it, this connection is still there, unmoved, unbroken, waiting. And that's why you feel this, that quiet certainty, that grounded knowing, not loud, not overwhelming, not chaotic, just steady, like something is aligning behind the scenes, like something is about to shift, in a way you don't have to force. And this time, when that moment comes again, when your name is there, when that feeling rises, he's not going to stop himself.